Hello. I think it's going. I'm not sure. Okay. Anyways, I decided to do this because I saw a post earlier today and talked to somebody today about certain things. And this is live, so you're gonna hear my kids. They're acting crazy. Anyways, as a lot of the people know that I'm friends with, what do you call it? I grew up in church. I grew up in Independent Baptist. It was very strict. It was very, to the point, you do this or, you're pretty much not welcome. Or we'll act like we welcome you, but we're going to talk about you behind your back. So, anyways, a lot of this crap going on about, what's right and what's wrong in people's eyes. It's not necessarily taking any kind of research, any kind of facts, any kind of anything other than the Bible. Okay? Now, I grew up on the Bible. I know a lot about the Bible. Hey, Shannon. And I know every single one of these verses that people have been throwing out about homosexuality and the Lgbtq, all this stuff. Okay? I know them all. All of them. Okay? Because I was taught them. I was taught what their meaning was according to the Bible. And I was taught what's right and what's wrong according to the Bible. Okay? But one thing I want to mention really quick, and I am welcoming anybody's opinion, please, because I've never went live before. I didn't know for sure if I should, but whatever. But anyways, some of the verses that I grew up being taught were like the ones that I saw in a post: Leviticus 18:22, Romans 1:27, 1 Corinthians 6:9, and Revelations 20:15. Well, through a lot of research, I can say that the first verse, the one that Christians go to first about homosexuality being a sin and a horrible thing and stuff like that, and it's against God and abomination and all this, through a lot of research that people did through the translations of the Bible and how we got our English version through either the Hebrew or the Greek translations, it was talking about male incest. Because they took the different words, different phrases, different words that were used and what they meant back in the day in the Greek and in the Hebrew meaning. And it was referring to, by all accounts, what you can tell, okay, what you can tell by what it says and what we have to look at, it was talking about male incest, okay? Either a brother and a brother or an older man with a younger, or, male incest. Do you know what incest is? Okay, I'm sure you do. Anyways, okay, those are just the verses that were on the post that I saw, okay? The verses I grew up being taught, these are the verses you go to, this is an abomination and all this kind of stuff, was Proverbs 6, verses 16 through 19, okay? Now, I'm not even going to quote all these verses, but I do know them. And it says that 7 things were an abomination, okay? And it says, let's see, we'll go to a proud look, okay? A proud look. Who knows what a proud look is? Is it I'm better than you, pride, okay? Thinking you're better than other people, thinking you're Miss High and Mighty or whatever, okay? An evil heart. Okay, as far as I can tell, everybody freaking has evil in their heart, okay? Somebody does you wrong, hurts your feelings, hurts your kids, hurts your wife, hurts your husband, hurts your lover, hurts anybody that you care about, you want to hurt them. You wish bad on them. That's what you want. So that's evil in your heart. That's evil in everybody's heart, okay? Somebody that is always running to mischief, so always, I guess, in trouble, something like that. These things are an abomination according to the Bible. Okay? Abominations against God is what the Bible says these are. Okay? So if you're always in trouble or running to get into trouble or you're excited to get in trouble or whatever, you're an abomination. Okay? Someone that sows discord, like in the church or whatever. Somebody that sows discord, which another word for sowing discords, it starts drama. Everybody in the freaking church starts freaking drama. Everybody. There's the little girl cliques. There's the little girl likes that boy, but that girl likes the same boy. So let's talk bad about that girl to all the other girls. Okay, it starts from the time they're 5 and 6 years old. Okay, the drama starts, and then it gets to when they're teenagers, then they're young adults, then they're adults and married, and oh my God, going to church was like a freaking beauty pageant. It's like, who can look the best? Okay, I have to get this new hairdo. I have to get my hair done. I have to get my nails done. I have to get this new outfit for church. Why, if church is supposed to be such a homely, welcoming place, why does it always feel like a freaking beauty pageant? Yes, I know you want to look your best, but some of the women in the church come in looking like they just got hit in the face with a birthday cake. Okay, it's horrible. And all the drama that goes on in the church, all the talking bad about people. Well, you know what? If you're one of those drama starters, you are an abomination, according to the Bible. Okay? Guess what else is an abomination? A liar. Can anybody say that they have not lied? Ever? Because if you have, you're an abomination. Okay? Murderer. Okay, that's another thing. Okay, the murder rate is so freaking high in this country. I mean, it's horrible, okay? But nobody wants to speak out about that. Okay? They want to speak out about pro-life, pro-choice, all this crap. What about murders? Like, what about a man shooting another man? Or a woman? Or a man freaking murdering his wife and children? Because that happened right down the road in Colorado from here. Okay? So that kind of crap is going on all the time. And I'm not even going to get started on the whole abortion debate. I'm not even going to go there. Freaking A. But no, why aren't these Christians constantly sharing memes about murderers? And how they're so against murderers. And it's an abomination. And a liar is an abomination. And a drama queen, somebody that starts drama, is an abomination. Why isn't this stuff getting posted about and memes made for it and all this garbage? Okay, another one, the last one was idolaters. Okay, somebody that worships other idols. Okay, this is what I was taught in church, okay? If you spend more time doing something else other than focusing on your Christian growth, whether it's reading your Bible, praying, witnessing, soul winning, going to church, whatever, participating in church and all those activities and stuff, if you're spending your time doing something else more than you do with that, then that is your idol. Okay? So, do you have, let's say, a spouse or a mate and children or something like that, and you have bills to pay? And do you have to work? So you know what? You are working. Oh my God, you're working more than you go to church? Oh no, well then that must be your idol, so you're an abomination. Okay, seriously, that is what I was taught. If people would go to church, okay, I had a really good friend. Well, I have a really good friend. She's a really good friend of mine. And I remember growing up and being a teenager. And because she and her family missed church sometimes, and by the way, she was only a couple years older than me and had a full-time job, okay? So that means she was, 18, 19, 20 years old, okay? And she had a full-time job because she had responsibilities. But because she would miss church on Wednesdays a lot of times because her work would not let her off, and sometimes on Sunday nights, I was not allowed to hang around her because she was a bad influence because she put work before church. So, somebody that has responsibilities, I mean, are you freaking kidding me? That's their idol? Because they have to take care of their family? You're saying that that is their idol? I mean, seriously, that's exactly what it sounds like to me, because that's how it was when I was growing up. I was told that those people were not good people to be around, or were bad influences, or they needed to get closer to God. Okay, what about the freaking... what about the man that has a wife and children and stands up and testifies in church and then yells and screams at his wife and kids all the way home and locks himself and his wife in the bedroom fighting, and then all of a sudden you hear her get knocked around a little bit. What about that person? That person's okay? That person's not an abomination? Really? Or what about the person who who molests children in the church? What about that person? You want to tell me that the person that has to go to work on Wednesday night is an abomination, but that man that beats his wife and makes his kids feel like trash is just fine and dandy? Really? If you Christians, okay, and I'm saying you Christians because I don't claim that title anymore, because I've seen the hypocrisy, I've seen the garbage come out of it, I've seen the lies, I've seen it all, okay? And there's a lot of people that look bad on me because I left that whole way. I did go wrong for a while. I did make a lot of mistakes, and I regret a lot of my mistakes. But you know what I didn't freaking do? I didn't disown my family for loving somebody that I didn't necessarily think they should or could love, even though that's not my belief at all. Okay, just so you know, I love my gay brother, and I want him to be happy. Yes, I want him to be safe and use his brain. But I love my brother to death, and I'll do anything for him. Okay? And I'll do the same thing for anybody else that comes to me for help. Okay? Just so you know. But I have seen time and again, two people in particular that I can think of that the church turned their back on because they were doing something the church didn't agree with. And you know what they were doing? They were gay. Okay? They were gay. Now, where the hell was the church when a woman is getting beat by her husband? Huh? Where's the church then? That's what I want to know. Okay? When there's lies, when somebody needs their big sister to come get them because they've been kicked out of the house at 17, 18 years old and have nowhere else to go. So their sister drives from freaking Oklahoma to Georgia to get her, and then that pastor, the pastor of her church, tries to lie to her so she won't come and get her little sister. What about that? Where's the abomination there? A lying pastor? I didn't know that was okay. I didn't see that in the Bible anywhere. I really didn't. So yeah, back to the idolaters thing. I'm sorry, but I am going to spend as much time with my children as I can. So does that make my children my idol? You know what I was told growing up? Your idol will be taken away if you put it before God. So if I put my kids before going to church, he's going to take my kids? What the hell kind of God is that? That's what I want to know. And I wasn't going to get off on this crazy rant and everything, but what in the world? Seriously. No wonder people are getting away from Christianity, because it's not about love and acceptance and trying to just love on people that need it. It's about making people the way that you want them to be. They can't be themselves. They can't look like themselves, act like themselves. Good night. God forbid a girl come into church and have on loose pants and a baggy t-shirt. Oh no, she's a lesbian. Keep your daughters away. Freaking A. What kind of church is that? What kind of house of God is that? I don't understand that one bit. And then people want to use the Bible as their footstool so they can preach to everybody. It's like, why don't you put up a camera in your house and leave it there for a week and then show the whole world what kind of life you're really living? Okay? Nobody is perfect. And if your vice is, whether it's drinking, I knew a lot of people in church that did that. Whether it's smoking, I knew a lot of people that did that too. Whether it's beating your wife, I knew some people that did that. Liars, cheaters. I mean, the list literally goes on. There There is more of that garbage packed into the church than I see any day walking around freaking Walmart. Okay? But the problem is the people in the church cover it up. They do their best to hide it. Instead of being honest and showing, yeah, I make mistakes. No, most of the time the people in the church, the only time they admit those mistakes is when they've been caught. Like the multiple people and preachers I personally know of, that were caught having affairs on their wives. They did not go up and admit it. They didn't go and say, I need to get this person out of my life. I want to make things better with my family. I want to move on. Do all this stuff. No. They got caught. When they got caught, then they went up in front of the church. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm going to make it right. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Okay? People in the church, most of the time, all the time I was growing up, they put on a show. And I know because I went home with a lot of these people. I was friends with some of these kids in these families. And I saw things. I saw that it wasn't perfect. And in my mind, especially now, I'm like, why the hell was it put on me that you have to be this perfect little being? Why can't you just be yourself and make mistakes? Like, seriously, I'm not saying you need to go out and murder somebody. I'm saying everybody makes mistakes, okay? Whether I did this a lot. I stole gum from my big sister. Whether it's stealing gum, whether it's being mean to your brothers and sisters, whether it's being disobedient, whatever. We're going to do that kind of stuff. But what I want to know is why it's okay for so many people to judge and condemn and belittle people that are doing stuff that they were taught was wrong. When people in your own freaking church, your own family, were hypocrites, abusers, liars, cheaters, horrible people. But you want to sit there and bash somebody for falling in love? Are you freaking kidding me? Are you that ignorant? Are you that much of a sheep? Seriously, that is a sheep. You were taught one thing. You're not going to stray from it because that's what you were taught. So that's what you know. That's what you're comfortable with. So you're going to stay on that path. Stay right there with those kind of people who you know. Because you grew up with them. You grew up in a house with it. You know it's hypocrisy. You know it. Okay? You know what it's like. You know the lies. You know the abuse. You know what goes on. But you're still going to side with those people over your own freaking family? Are you serious? Oh. I'm sorry. This has been kind of boiling over a little lately because I am sick and tired of all the freaking posts about it. It's like, if you are against gay marriage, get the hell off my page. Seriously, I don't care who you are. If you're going to judge people like that, I don't want to be associated with you. And yeah, you may be my family, and I love you, and nothing is going to change that. But I am not going to just watch what you do, your comments, and your belittlement, and the horrible way you talk about those people that are not doing exactly what you think they should do. I'm not just going to sit and watch it happen and be like, that's the problem. It's ignored. It is freaking ignored. Just like in the church. Just like when a woman goes to the pastor and says, my husband hits me. And he says, well, the next time it happens, you call me and I'll call the police. Are you freaking kidding me? Seriously? For one, do you really think that woman is going to ever call you? You just betrayed her trust. You just showed her that you don't fully believe her or you don't really freaking care. Okay? So yeah, it did happen again and again and again. But did anything ever happen? No, as far as I can remember, the woman's children had to call the police. And when the police did come, They had to lie. Because they were little kids and they were scared. And the mom and dad told them that they had to lie because the mom and kids couldn't make it without the dad. So those kind of people is what I grew up with in the church. And then people want to wonder why I got out of it. And then, that was one pastor. Actually, the lying one was after that one. But the pastor where I lived before coming out here to Wyoming. Okay? I was literally in a crisis, and it involved me and my children. I called and asked for help. Did I get help? Nope. Because what I was doing was not up to the standards of the pastor and the church. It wasn't what they thought I should be doing. Even though, long story short, it was a bad marriage. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to get into any detail. I'm not going to bash. I'm not going to do anything like that. Okay? But it was the kind of marriage that both people are toxic for each other and you just don't need to do it anymore. Okay? And sometimes, I'm going to say this for all you people out there that don't think so, sometimes divorce is better. Sometimes the kids need the divorce. Sometimes instead of having to watch their mother being beaten or hit or verbally abused, mentally abused, sometimes it's better for those children's mental state to get out of that. To get out of a toxic relationship and get your kids away from that trash. Just because the freaking church says that marriage is forever and there's no reason to get a divorce. And I think the only reason the Bible gives is if there's an adultery, if somebody cheats, and even then, you really shouldn't. It's frowned upon. Go in there, please. Thank you. Okay. Are you freaking kidding me? So I'm supposed to, or anybody is supposed to be with somebody that cheats on them, and they're just supposed to still make it right for the kids. Yeah, that was an air quote. For the kids? Really? Is that really good for the kids? Do you really want your daughters to think that the man that she falls in love with and loves with all of her heart is allowed to go and sleep with other women just because he wants to? Are you serious? Really? Or, I know the Bible does say stuff about putting your hands on a woman and stuff, but I don't really see that being held up much. That's just my opinion. Okay? Hey, Michael. But I really don't. I don't see, as far as when I was going to church, there wasn't really any sermons on abusing your family. There wasn't. Like, seriously. I don't really remember any. There may be, I just wasn't paying attention or whatever. But I don't remember very many sermons on men abusing their wives or women abusing their husbands or their children or whatever. I don't really remember that. I remember that you need to spank your kids. Oh, hi, Bubba. Sorry. And Nikki. And September. Hey, guys. Sorry, I'm ranting now. So I wasn't paying attention. Anyways, what? No, go. No, I don't even really hardly remember where I was at because these heathens. No. Hey, Sherry. No, I just saw a post and it's pissing me off. Anyways, no. I didn't see very many or hear very many sermons about husbands and wives and there was stuff about being a good example for your kids and stuff, but I don't really remember any don't be beating your wife or don't be beating your husband or don't beat your kids. There was plenty of you need to spank your children for them to listen. I mean, that was galore, okay? That was everywhere. And I sure as hell got a lot of them, okay? Hey, Kristen, I love you, baby. I did. I got a spanking almost at least every Sunday and Wednesday because I'd go outside when I'm not supposed to. So, but anyways, Yeah, this is one thing that's really got me pissed off, because I grew up in the church, so I know at least what happened in the church I grew up at. I saw stuff. I saw people getting what they call churched, which means they have to either be on like church probation, okay, where they can't participate in anything. They basically just have to sit back and observe, listen to the preaching, listen to the singing. They're not allowed to sing a special by themselves. They're not allowed to speak really or anything. We call it being churched. Okay, and it's literally church probation. Hey, Janet. And I do remember that. I remember seeing several people done that way. And I was done that way because I left home when I was 18. I ran away from home. I stole a car. I did all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, like I said, I made some bad choices. I messed up a little bit. Okay? And Bubba, Bubba asked Nicole and get her to private message you. Don't. Anyways, I'm just really upset because I remember a woman getting churched for having an affair. Okay, and basically, like I said, you have to observe. If you're not willing to do that, you basically are not welcome. You're not a member of the church until you go through the church process. Why did my phone just go off? Oh, until you go through the churched process, and finish that, and they, I guess, tell you good job, you finished. Then you get to start back whatever you were doing in the church. I don't even know. I didn't fulfill it because I wasn't going to be held to that. I made my mistakes. I lived with them, and I moved on. And if a woman, this is another thing I'm going back to, the woman that I remember getting churched had an affair. I don't think having an affair, cheating on your spouse is right. I don't. Okay? It's not right. It's not right to cheat on anybody. If you're in a relationship, with a man, woman, whatever, hopefully it's a man or a woman. Anyways, if you are in a relationship, you should be faithful. That's common sense. You don't have to go to the freaking Bible to see if that's right or wrong. Okay? It's common freaking sense. If you are going to kill somebody, I'm pretty sure it's common sense that is wrong. And you shouldn't do that. Okay? So that's because there's kind of like laws put in place for that, But as far as the other abominations, like the idolaters and the pride and the evil heart and the someone that starts drama, all of that. And another thing, murderer, in the Bible, it says that if you want to kill somebody in your heart, like if you're thinking it, just like it says this about a man lusting after a woman. If you think it in your mind, you've already done it in your heart. So if you have ever wanted to kill somebody, then according to the Bible and the church, you are a murderer. So guess what? You're an abomination. Okay? So, and that's the thing. The liars, the pride, the evil heart, the drama starter, the idolaters, all that stuff is in the church. Every church I've ever been to, it's in the church. And I know it's crazy, but, excuse me. One thing I have always noticed at churches I've been to is there is always that person that wants to plant their seeds of who is bad in the church into you, like immediately. They want to make friends with you. They want to be all nice, and then they want to be like, by the way, God bless them. I wouldn't go near them. They're in a really bad place. God love them. Freaking A. Whatever. Anyways, that is the person that sows discord. That's the drama starter. So, you know what? You're an abomination. Okay? And I don't know about you, but I have a 5-year-old who is literally the epitome of running to mischief. He is always running to do something, and not necessarily on purpose, but he always does stuff he knows he's not supposed to do, like pick up a stick and swing it around, and eventually one of his siblings is going to get hit with the stick, so he's always in trouble because he just doesn't use his brain. So I guess my child's an abomination? Okay. I'm just curious, all this stuff that goes on in church, all the lying, all the drama starting, all the cliques, because there are cliques. You can go to any church I've ever been to, which I've pretty much only ever been to Baptist church, so I don't know about all the other ones, but I've heard. You can pretty much go into any church and you can spot the cliques. You show up before church starts and, oh, Janet, you'll have to, like, go back and watch the beginning and stuff. It was a stupid Facebook post and just drama building up. But anyways, you can go into any church. And if you get there before church starts or after, you can see them. You can see them. They congregate. They get together. And they go to Dairy Queen together after. They go to Wendy's after. They go to Golden Corral for lunch or Cracker Barrel. Yeah, I know. I know, Kristen, for real. But yeah, I'm serious. You can see all the freaking cliques. Okay? And I guess it was worse for me because I was a teenager. And I'm going to have to plug my phone up. It's going to die. Anyways, me being a teenager, okay, I had to grow up in all this garbage as a teenager, dealing with people hurting my feelings, people being rude to me, people making fun of my family, how I was raised, which I'm not saying, hey Brittany, I'm not saying that my raising was perfect because it had a lot of crap, okay, a lot of bad stuff. But I can tell you that my dad was a hunter, and he loved to hunt all the time. He'd go deer hunting and all this kind of stuff, okay? So, sorry, I'm plugging up my phone. So, one thing I love to do is I loved to go hunting with my dad. They would make fun of me for that, okay? The girls in the church would make fun of me because I knew how to kill a deer, which I know some people don't agree with killing deers and stuff, but we ate the meat. We didn't waste it. We didn't do any of that. Anyways, I knew how to clean them. I knew how to dress them, field dress them. I knew how to do everything. Okay? And I thought that was awesome. I was like, you know what? Hey, Keija. I was like, you know what? If I'm ever stuck out in the middle of nowhere and all I have is... Oh, hold on. Preston's here. Hold on, babe. Here you go. Sorry, I'm on the phone. Okay. And so, anyways, I thought that was like the coolest thing. I get stuck in the woods, and I know how to kill a deer and clean it and eat it, cook it, do all this kind of stuff. So I thought that was the coolest thing, but I was made fun of for that. So that's just some of the things. Like, I'm going to have to get off here because babe's home. But that's just some of the things. It's in every church, and all the Christians trying to go against all the Christians trying to make these posts about homosexuals when they don't even care about their own family. And I mean, LGBTQ, all this stuff. They don't care about anybody in that category. They're like, oh, we need to save them. We need to preach to them. We need to teach them what's right. Why don't you love people? Why not? Instead of making a Facebook post about how homosexuality is a sin, how about you make a Facebook post about how you will love everybody, and if you pray, then you're going to pray for everybody to just have a good life. I mean, seriously, why can't you just love people? Why do you have to judge them? So, okay, if there's a lot of comments and stuff, if anybody else wants to talk or anything, just hit me up. But I got to get off here, so. Love everybody. Have fun. Hope I piss some people off. Bye, guys.